Hi, welcome to the Business, Bliss, and Balance interview series where we are discussing strategies for women who want success without sacrificing their health, their relationships, or their happiness. I have got a very special guest here today that I'm so thrilled to introduce you to, Miss Barbara Brown. Hi, Barbara.
Hello, good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm so thrilled to have you here joining us today. And I'm going to read just a little bit of your bio here for the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what you're all about. And then we're going to get into the juicy stuff, okay?
Gotcha.
All right, so Barbara Brown is one of the world's most influential visionaries and change agents who empowers leaders to live in the realm of the miraculous. Love that. Pursue their highest purpose and fully enjoy their success. A walking miracle herself, Barbara directs leaders through their own miraculous transformation with honest, open, and authentic clarity from heaven's view. And let me tell you, she's nothing but honest and direct. I love that about her. Barbara actually coaches and counsels world leaders and CEOs because she's been the guest of kings and presidents, bringing the realm of the miraculous and imparting whole life and whole health to palaces and boardrooms around the world. She is an ordained minister, founder and director of the Ministry Centers, a nonprofit outreach. And she also has 3 master's degrees in science and education. And she's teamed up with wellness expert Dr. Tom Taylor in 2008 to co-author several books. I'll have them all listed out on the bio on the page here for everybody so that they can read and have access to that. But I could take like the entire 30 minutes reading your bio because you have so much stuff that you have done. So, wow, just wow.
Thank you.
So the one question that I'm asking everybody, each of my guests in the series, is tell me what your definition of balance is and what does balance mean to you?
I'll tell you what balance is. To me, it's one verse from the Bible. It's Proverbs 10:22. It is the blessing of the Lord that makes rich, and he adds no sorrow to it.
Oh,
That's Proverbs 10:22. I think we've probably all been in situations that it's like, oh God, what did I do? Forgive me for everything I did to wind up here.
mm-hmm.
How stupid was I? Why? What did I do to get here? But that is my plumb line. Is the blessing of the Lord that makes rich, and he adds no sorrow to it in every area of my life. And if not, why not?
Yeah.
What voices am I listening to rather than the voice?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and have you, let me just explain to everybody too, one of the reasons why I wanted Barbara to come on is because she is, I think faith is a foundation for everything in your life, for success in all areas, your prosperity, your abundance, but your health, your wellness, all of it. And I can't think of anyone who is more rooted in their foundation than you. Have you always been that way? Is that something you grew up with?
Well, at 8 years old, at my Baptist church, they always had an altar call, and something compelled me to go to the front and ask Christ in my heart. And after I was baptized, I went on a walk with God, reading the Bible and praying. And every time we'd have a revival and they would say, if you feel led to be a missionary, come forward. Well, I always felt like I was going to be a missionary someday. So I'd always go forward. And I taught Sunday school, tithed, had businesses. But one day I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought what the medical model said, that 2 of us 4 kids were supposed to have it. But there was a lady at my church that every time
because it was in your family? Is that it?
Yeah, and I'm going to get into that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad had muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
And so did my aunt. And I had spent my lifetime watching them wither to death.
Mm.
And one day at the MDA Research Center, I'd been on the Jerry Lewis telephones for 5 years. And one day at 35, I said to the doctor at the MDA clinic, it's not okay with me to be crippled at 35. I have a life to live. So he suggested, I said, somebody's got to know more. We've got to be able to crack this code.
Right.
And So I went to the MDA Research Center in New York City, Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center. And after all the tests, the old doctor came in and said, there's no treatment, there's no cure. And I knew that well. I had watched my aunt and my dad wither to death. And at that, Jesus appeared. I had nothing in my data bank about him making house calls, but there he was. And I'm looking up, and I looked at the doctor like, do you have a clue who just showed up? And I looked up, and he looked down at me with the kindest eyes and said, Barbara, when are you just going to trust me?
Wow. Oh, I just got chills.
Now, I had biopsies. They cut into me every year to see how much muscle I lost with no anesthesia. And I was one of their guinea pigs.
Wow.
So it was a true word. When are you just going to trust me? Doesn't it fit for every one of us wherever we are? When are we just going to trust God? This lady walked in my office one day and I had a God bless you sign, and she said, I am God. And I said, well, you're not doing a very good job of it, or you wouldn't be in here seeing me.
Wow.
So I just looked at the doctor, and such faith came on me. Now, he didn't say he was going to heal me. He said, when are you just going to trust me? And I looked at this old doctor, and I said, God's going to heal me. I'm not doing anything else. He laughed, and I left. 2 weeks later, I heard the voice. I didn't see him this time, but I heard his voice. And he said, start walking. I was like, God, everybody but you knows cripples can't walk. This is killing me. He said, you're dying anyway. Just do what I said.
Wow.
So I started hobbling. It's like, God. But that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So obedience is always the dividing issue. So I started hobbling, and on the 30th day, something hit me. I would just say it's the Spirit of God. And I ran all the way home healed.
Wow.
And when I got home, it's like, I better call Jerry Lewis and tell him I won't be on the telephones anymore because God healed me.
Oh my gosh.
So the next time I went to the MDA clinic, the doctor called all these doctors, and they were doing this stuff on my back and whispering. And I said, what are y'all talking about? And they said, Barbara, you've never had muscle back here. You're normal. And I said, yeah, where are you going to put this miracle in your medical book?
Yeah.
So I entered, unbeknown to me, the realm of the miraculous. So the next time I went to I had 4 athletic stores in Little Rock, Arkansas, and 10 on the drawing board. The next time I went to one of my stores, this lady came in named Becky. And I started hearing the voice again. And he said, pray for Barbara. It's like, God, I'm not sure this stuff works. I'm not sure it works through me. Pray for her, Barbara. God, the store's full of people. The phone's ringing off the wall. Please, God. He wasn't going to quit. And I went over. Now, she's one of my best customers. I could count on her for over $1,000 anytime she walked out the door. And I went over to her and said, Becky, God said I had to pray for you. And all I knew was she sat down, I prayed for her, she cried, and left. And it's like, thank God, I'll never have to do that again. Surely that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And I just kind of blew it off. It's like,
yep.
Well, the next time I saw her, she came in and she said, I just have to tell you what happened 6 months ago today. I was a closet alcoholic. She did like prescription drugs with alcohol.
Yeah.
And she said I had been to every drug and alcohol rehab center. Nothing worked. I'd written my suicide note. But I had to come get Robin, that was her daughter, a pair of Reeboks before she killed herself. And she said, when you prayed for me, I was healed and I get to live now.
Wow. Oh, wow. Seriously, goosebumps over here.
And then right after that, the sportscaster's wife came in. She was crippled to multiple sclerosis. Her arms wouldn't move. Her arms were frozen. She was going to the Cotton Bowl with her husband that was a sports announcer.
Yeah.
In Arkansas. And she had to get warm-ups that zipped because her arms wouldn't move. And now I'm like a kid with a new toy. I said, can I pray for you? She looked at me like, girl, don't mess with me. No, look, God healed me. Can I pray for you?
Yeah.
And finally, yeah, sure. It's like, I'll take it. So I prayed for her, and she starts moving all around. healed. So then she could get any warm-up she wants. She came up to the checkout counter to write, then we wrote checks. She started crying. And I said, excuse me, I'm not the most delicate, graceful person in the world on a best day. And she just started boo-hooing. It's like, excuse me, could you tell me what the problem is now? You don't understand. This is the first time I've written my own check in years. I said, praise God. So then all these miracles started happening. Yeah. And I loved seeing cripples walk, and all these miracles happened. So then I started praying this prayer. I said, God, please set me free to owe no man anything but the love of Jesus Christ, and free to kick the dust off my feet and walk on when it's not received. I just want to go do the stuff Jesus did. I want to go heal the sick and raise the dead and cast out devils and set the captives free.
Yep.
That was my mantra.
Okay.
One day I was opening the door of my newest store, praying my prayer, and he said, go. It's like, God, you gave me this big house on the lake with the pool and the spa, everything money could buy. He said, read the book again. The rich young ruler was to take nothing with him. I said, go. So I had one day going out of the business sale, left it all to follow Jesus with a suitcase. It's been 30 years now. Wow. And I haven't lived anywhere more than a year in 30 years. And I've been from the whorehouse to the White House and everywhere in between. And it's the realm of the miraculous. So wherever you are today, I just encourage you to look up. I've always had on my desk, attempt something so impossible that without God, it's destined to fail.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
If man gives it, man can take it away.
Yeah.
But when God does it, nobody can take it away. Yeah. Without faith, the scripture says, without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Yeah.
Without faith, what are you doing? The realm of the miraculous is dependent on faith. That's when we don't know what to do. Only God does. Yeah. The doctors never told me cripples could walk.
Yeah.
This girl, every time I would see her at my kids' games, football games, she would say, God's going to heal you, and I'm not going to quit praying. And I would say, Joyce, 2 of us 4 kids are supposed to have this. I'm just the first one to get it. She said, the Word of God says, by His stripes we were healed. I'm not going to quit praying. So look at all these. I'm 70 now. I was healed at 35. Half of my life, I've been walking on Joyce Kalk-Glazer's prayers.
Yeah.
God say, who's walking on yours? Who are you believing for that doesn't have faith? Yeah. That doesn't know their Creator loves them. Yeah. Enough to take them through whatever. If you're going through hell, don't stop.
Yeah. And I think it's so important. This is why being a successful woman and wanting to have everything in your life requires resilience, and resilience requires faith. And faith is just, again, it's the foundation. I mean, the thing of it is you don't need faith when everything's going great. You need it when the times aren't going great. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. I mean, you always need it. But people tend to think they don't need it when everything's going great. It's like when times are bad, that's when you need to know that you've already had it, right? That the faith is it's been there all along. You need to tap into it. Yeah. So how do you coach people to live in the realm of the miraculous? Like, because I know you've worked with kings and presidents. Like, how do you coach them?
Well, when God sent me to the first president with the word was, in the next 10 days, 3 major battles will come to the forefront. And God wanted him to have the help he needed. And what God showed me was you get so high and there's no one after your highest purpose, because they all, especially like with the president or king, they all have their own kingdom to protect or defend, protecting yours.
Okay.
So it's all slanted. It's never pure. So to get behind closed doors and be able to speak into their heart, like in Sudan, I was there for the first ever Christian Muslim day of prayer. And it was incredible. For instance, this is for women. So in the first, it was an enclave at first for the top leaders of Sudan.
You know, I'm going to have you speak up just a little bit. You're getting quiet. Sorry. I don't want anyone missing this.
Okay. So in Sudan,
yeah,
for the upper echelon of the government of Sudan, 2 women were there in this very elite meeting. And they looked at the program and said, one of them said, she was on President al-Bashir's cabinet. And she said, will you be speaking? I said, nah, let the guys handle it. Because I knew when the guys were plumb line, when they were spot on, why should I be bothered with that, you know?
Huh?
And she said, we are very gender sensitive here. It would be well if you did.
If you didn't or you did?
If I did.
Oh.
Yes, and so I told the leader of our group who I was mentoring what she had said, and he said, Barbara, do the whole thing. I don't care. And that is walking with nothing. When I left the stores, the only prayer I prayed then was, God, please never let me have anything to protect or defend above my walk with you. Because that's where I saw people lose their peace.
Yeah.
The pillow test, how well do you sleep? Are
right.
you living in emergency mode or are you living in healing mode? Because if you've got something to protect or defend, I've just seen too many people lose their life, soul, and call, bowing to other lords, but trying to be something for
mm-hmm.
other people. Mm-hmm. Because one, what you know, Beth, and you mentor people all over, is that a new breed of leaders is rising up. Yeah. Those who will be spirit-led rather than striving and driving and pushing and shoving. That is old order. Yeah. We are all coming together to change the world. I can get through doors you could never get through. You could get through doors I could never get through.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all coming together in unity, harmony, and great purpose.
Yes.
So for me, it's meeting needs and healing hurts. And when I go to a leader, and what I used to mentor, I had the ministry center at DC working with the top 3 leaders of any nation. And what I worked with my guys on, no matter where you go, you better be more concerned, more interested in the soul and the heart and the life of that leader than you are in what you can get. It's not what you get, it's what you give.
That's profound. So it's not what you get, it's what you give.
Yes. It's like when I asked Christ into my heart, as a little girl, I said, God, use me.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? And then when you feel like I'm being used, well, didn't you ask for that?
Right.
Because God will invest you in other people's lives. Yeah. I've got it all figured out. I live a great life on the lake. I don't have to go anywhere and do anything. That's victory to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And you spend your life just making an impact in other people's lives. And it's amazing. I know I personally have benefited from it too. And everything you're saying just resonates so strongly for me. Thank you. Now you also have turned this into an entire wellness career, really. Share a little bit about the work, like how you got into doing that, and
go ahead.
And what that's all about. Because again, I think when I look at business bliss and balance, the balance part is also having the energy, the healthy body to be able to do what you want to do. And you're 70 something, and you look younger than I do, I think.
Girl.
And you have the energy. I know, because I've been with you before. I know the energy you've got. So just tell everybody about how you got into the wellness and what you do with that.
Yeah, well, I started because I was doing an event in Abuja, Nigeria, at a big soccer stadium there, 60,000 stadium. I was the guest speaker for their Miracle Night, and I don't do drugs and shots. We didn't come here with a bag of pills. We didn't come here with extra parts, needing parts cut off. I'm not going to be an organ donor before I die. God gave me all these parts. I need them. So we've birthed divine health. It is your original design. Where I got into it is I don't do pills, and you're supposed to have these shots and all this stuff. It's like, oh, no. The God who called me is well able to protect me. There's a place of walking with God that nothing can happen to you, period. So I wasn't going to do that. So I went to this wellness doctor just to find out what herbs, what I needed to do. And she had this mind-body procedure. She said, can I do it on you? I said, nah, I'm fine. And she said, let me try it on you, okay? All right. And I got so intrigued because the men I was mentoring, working with, they're 24/7. They don't have downtime. So we're in the executive lounge at the airport. We fly into Abuja from, sorry. Anyway, what is that? It's the big place in the UAE. Sorry. Anyway, so for the guys I work with and walk with, I got them tweaked up before we flew into Sudan. And I said, can you imagine if the leaders of our world made their decisions in healing mode rather than emergency mode, where this world would be?
Oh, yeah.
So to get the people that I walk with and work with in divine health.
Yeah.
So they are congruent to get the negative emotional memory engrams that everybody carries around with them.
Yeah.
That governs how they react, to get all that layered out so you get to be you.
Yeah.
So then you go epigenetically, so anything in the bloodline can't come around you.
Right.
So nothing can come around. Nothing can come around you. Why would you be sick? You don't have to be sick to die. You just have to be through.
Right.
So that's where I started.
Okay.
But the event that led to wellness was I was ministering and my appendix ruptured.
Oh, wow.
I had a 3-day event, so it took 3 days to get to the hospital. Well, gangrene had set in. They said there's no way she's going to live through it. But Jesus had already come through and said, just hold my hand, I'll take you through.
Yeah.
So I didn't believe what the doctors say anyway. They've already been through once.
Right.
So why not do it again? So when I woke up the next morning, I went on a quest for health. That's before I opened the ministry center or anything. This was the dividing point. This was the open door to get into wellness. And my brother's one of the top wellness. No. My brother is this big doctor. And, my family's in the medical model. But I took a different path. I took the path into wellness.
Yeah.
And so on the website, we have on wholelifewholehealth.com, we have 8 keys that will tell you 8 keys that we have authority. What you put in your mouth, what you eat, what you drink, how you exercise, the air you breathe. Anyway, the 8 keys are on the website and you get them free, but it will determine how well you're doing. And they're the choices that we each make.
Right. So these are the things within our control that we can be doing to make sure we're living our most vibrant, healthy life so that we can make the choices and decisions in our life from that place of wholeness.
You bet.
Do I have that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people don't like to hear this too much. They have to really be true health seekers or really wanting to be honest with themselves. We're each where our choices have led us.
Yes. Yeah.
So when we quit complaining, we quit blaming, God took all of us away we wouldn't have gone to teach us what we need to learn. They used to do women's retreats. And women would come up, oh, this happened to me, this happened to me. It's like, you know what? Who's God going to use if stuff hadn't happened? Why don't you grow up and quit complaining and just do something about that? Like me, nobody can tell me cripples don't walk. I'm walking. I can outrun most of you. Nobody can tell me blind eyes don't open. I've seen it. Deaf ears don't open. They do.
Yeah.
So why are you sitting back whining and complaining, feeling sorry for yourself like somebody did something to you? When you here's how to bring healing to yourself and get beyond all those negative emotional memory engrams that you've been blaming and why you can't do anything and poor pitiful me. Please When you get happier about where you are today and get grateful, gratitude will overcome everything in your life. This lady was whining to me the other day. People don't whine to me much because I don't put up with it. I don't have time to listen to the story. I'm going to lay hands on you. You're going to lay on the table. We're going to tweak that mess out of you, or I'm going to pray. For you to be healed, delivered, and set free. However it goes. But when you get into the gratitude of the sovereignty of God.
Yeah.
King David in Psalm 139:16 said, "My days, all of them were written in your scroll before there was one." So how can there be anything as big as a mistake?
Yeah.
That's your mission field. That's to get 3 masters, I took a lot of tests. Oh, let me show you this is what I read every day. It's called the Holy Bible, the basic instruction before leaving Earth. They say if your Bible's falling apart, your life won't be.
That's good. I've never heard that.
How are we going to pass a test called life if we didn't read the book?
Yeah.
So when people come up to me and whine, it's like, let me tell you. You start, I have an answer for you. I have your prescription. You start in Genesis, and before you get through the book to Revelation, your life will totally change.
Wow.
That's how simple it is. And get into gratitude.
Yes.
All my days were written. God, you have a plan. Because I was crippled, nobody can tell me cripples don't walk. Whatever you've been through, Beth, and everyone watching, whatever you've been through, you own that thing. I have all these diplomas, these letters after my name, alphabet soup, whatever. But it's the miles I've run.
Yeah.
That's what I can impart to people.
Yeah. Wow. Good stuff. Very good stuff. And I agree wholeheartedly. And, there's a reason why this is called business bliss and balance, because bliss, I think, it's the key. That's where the gratitude is, the happiness, all of it. When you live in a state of bliss and a state of joy, and not waiting for the joy and the bliss, not waiting for something to create it, but creating it from within.
Right.
And then everything around you shifts into place.
Because you're in charge.
Yeah.
I decided when I was 60, I was never going to have another problem. Problems are too old, they're too low. I'm not going to have another problem. Problems take agreement. And when the game's over, when somebody quits playing, nobody can make me play stupid games without my permission, or yours, or anybody else's.
Yeah. So
if we're each where our choices have led us, if we don't like where we are, why don't we make better choices?
Yes. Well, I decide as of today, I'm not going to have any more problems ever. Done.
You don't have to, girl. Because God causes it all. Romans 8:28. For God causes all things to work together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. I do and I am so.
I love it. I knew you would take us to church today.
Well, yes, girl, and it's not even Sunday. So I have one word that I keep getting for some of the folks that are watching.
Yes.
It's from Revelations 3:7 in the scriptures, and it's to the church at Philadelphia. And it's the only one of the 7 churches that God didn't have I got this, you got this issue. But instead he said, I hold the keys of David. What I open, no man shuts. And what I shut, no man opens. And I've put before you this day an open door that no man can shut. And so I pray for everyone with us today and those who will be coming.
Yep.
God shut all the doors that no longer serve your highest purpose. And blow the doors off the hinges to your new beginning. Your new beginning. And then I encourage you, keep your hands off the doorknobs.
Yes. Stop trying to get in there and mess it all up again.
You're fired. If I had a pink slip, yes, I do. I would write on here, give it to you from God. You are fired. Yep.
Love it. Oh my gosh. I could talk to you for hours, Barbara.
Well, come on to Dallas, girl.
That's true. Well, thank you again so much. And the free gift for the audience is the 8 keys that you mentioned. Is that right?
Yes. Well, actually, on Whole Life, Whole Health, there's lots of free gifts.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, it's okay. It's It happened. It's over. It's okay now.
Yeah, it's a plethora of resources for your health and well-being. I can tell you that. So we're giving you access to the 8 keys, which takes you to the website. But then on the website, you're going to find so many other free goodies. Barbara is so generous, and I know she is so completely dedicated to this topic, this health and well-being for all. So you're going to find a ton of great information on there. So thank you so much, Barbara. It's been such a pleasure having you.
Love ya.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
Week.